Hi everybody, welcome back to Sharon Cullen Art. Today I'm going to be showing you another item I bought recently. You can never have too much paint, correct? Well, you can, but sometimes it's the wrong paint. And anyway, I bought another one of the Irodori sets of Holbein Gouache. And this one is the autumn colors set. I thought, what the heck? Autumn is just around the corner. At least it is for us in Michigan. Summer was yesterday. Tomorrow is autumn. Our summers are very short here. Well, no, they're not that short. But we've had a very cool summer. I know many of you have been suffering in the heat. And I am so sorry for you guys suffering in the heat. And normally 80-degree days every day is pretty normal, 80 to 90, but we've been getting a few in the upper 80s, like 88, and then we dropped to a high of like 65. I mean, it is so strange. So autumn is just around the corner for us. So I thought, what the heck? I am going to get this other set of gouache. Not only because of autumn, but because the colors are absolutely amazing for painting landscapes, which is what I love. So I am going to go ahead and I will swatch these colors for you today, and then I'm going to do a painting. I want to check out these colors, especially the greens. Very interested in the greens. So in this set, they're all 12 color sets. I think there's 48 in total. Yeah, 4 seasons, 48 in total. So I will go into them in more depth for you, but these are the colors, if you could see them here. And yeah, let's go ahead and check them out and see what these colors are all about. Okay, so here is the set. I love their boxes. They're always so pretty too. But the colors here, I'm going to go over each color with you, and then we will go ahead and do a painting. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Now, one thing that I did want to check with a couple of my other colors in my summer set was that this green looks very similar, I think, to a green that I had in the summer set, which may have been spring green. I'm not sure. Yeah, there was this color, spring green, and look at how similar. This one might be a little bit lighter in the summer set. I just want to check it and see the difference. Yeah, it is definitely a lighter green. But they are similar. I think they seem like just a different value of the same color. But yeah, so I do have other colors that, like this one, I have moss green, which could be similar to this, only this one looks yellower. Yeah, this one is not from the summer set. This one is from just single carry that I bought. But they are similar in color. So, now the only reason I bought this set was there were a couple colors I wanted from the set. And to buy them separately, I would have had to pay $16 for. And I don't know if that's because they only come in a set. They're not in their regular stock colors. So I think the other ones would be a little bit cheaper. I'm going to go ahead now, and we're just going to kind of fool around, and I'm going to do a little landscape for you. Now, the only colors I'm using are what are in this fall palette, along with some white. That's the only color that was added. So here I'm using that indigo. And I will say that the indigo really seems more like a Prussian blue color. It doesn't seem real dark. It doesn't lean to the black side, as you can see. And here I'm just adding some green to my indigo. I don't know which green that was. I think it might have been pine tree green, or else it was elm green. I forget. But I'm just putting in a background here, and then I will go ahead and start painting the leaf structures over it. By going in a little bit dark, that allows me to get an underpainting of deep shadow color, and then all I have to do is add the lighter colors on top of it. And I'm doing the same here down at the bottom as well. Then I just start to blend those colors together so that there's an easy transition of color. Adding some white for clouds, and I believe I add a little something underneath. Maybe I don't. Yeah, these are just white puffy clouds, and most of that is probably going to disappear anyway. You can see how I added the next level of green, and now I'm going in with a lighter green to produce the highlights on some of the branches, and then I'll go even lighter. So I usually do this in about 4 steps. You have to be careful not to overdo, which I do sometimes, and then I realize it, and then I have to go back and I need to add more dark color in because I've gotten a little carried away, like I just did over there on the right hand side. I added a little bit of that mid-range green in. Okay, now I'm going to start another painting. I'm just getting out a few new colors. I need more of the fall colors, the oranges, reds, yellows, browns. And I'm going to do the same painting only as a fall scene. Please excuse Tully in the background. He's very aggravated that I'm not playing with him right now, and he doesn't want me to edit the video, so I may have to stop for a bit. Yes, just to play with you, right? I hope the cicadas in the background aren't getting picked up here, but I wanted to start with a gray sky because in autumn quite often we see a gray sky. So I'm just changing it up a bit and using the same colors again with only adding white to the set in order to change the value of some of the colors I'm using. But I am doing the same exact landscape like I said, only there won't be any flowers anymore. The grasses are starting to turn brown and trees are changing color, so it's going to look very much the same as far as the perspective and the landscape, but the rest will all be fall colors. And it's interesting that you can use the same set to do such different paintings. So if you were reluctant to get the autumn set because, oh, I don't know if I could use those colors for a summer painting, I've shown you that you can, as long as you add white. And excuse these ugly trees, they're going to get covered anyway. They're just a baseline for me to figure out where to put my leaves and stuff. But you can use these for summer or fall or even for winter. They work very well for that. Now in the background I have the trees turning yellow in the back, and then up front you'll see a little bit of green on the trees, but they're also changing. I'm sure I've said this many times, but when you're painting trees like this, start out by, don't put in each leaf. Putting in each leaf is only going to get aggravating and you're going to keep covering them up. So what I do is I put splotches of color down, and then as I get to the upper layers, then I start defining a few leaves here and there in order to give the impression that that tree has leaves on it and not just blobs. Now, while adding the color of the grass, I'm going to be changing up a bit. There'll be some yellowish green, then I'm going to add some browns. There'll be all sorts of different colors in the grass in order to give it depth and a more natural look. I also will use my rake brush, and then I change over to a small liner brush in order to prevent that look where all those grasses look exactly the same, going in the same direction and all of that. But that just covers the area quickly, and then I can go back and put in some more fine grasses on top of it. Okay, so here are two paintings using these gouache as well as a white that I had used. No other colors were used. I did add a little bit of gold into the grasses. I'm not sure if you can pick up on the on the actual gold on here. I don't know if it'll show. It's hard to see. Okay, so here are two paintings, a summer and a fall, both done with the autumn set of gouache from Holbein. I really love these colors. I think I actually like most of the colors, if not all of the colors from this set. And then there are a few from the summer set that I really like the bamboo or whatever this one was called, bamboo green, which is a nice color for Lake Huron where I live. And then of course this one is like ultramarine. Oh, it is ultramarine, duh. But there are several colors in this set that I also like. But this set, I am a warm person anyway. I'm an autumn person. I always am attracted toward autumn and autumn colors. And my birthday's in autumn. My coloring of my skin and my hair is autumn. So I'm really attracted to that. And I love these colors. And most of these colors I used as is. But to lighten a few of them, I added a little bit of white. I added a little bit of white to the red because it was getting washed out. I did a lousy job on those, I think. But it still was a lot of fun. And I wanted to do a purpley color here, but I could not get a good purple. That's one thing with these colors. This indigo, which is actually to me more like a Prussian or even closer to a phthalo color. And this red, were not offering me that because this is a warmer red. I'm sorry, I got white all over me. This is a warmer red. It's actually pretty neutral, but I needed a cooler red along with this blue. So I was not getting the purple that I desired for that. So I had to go with blue there, and it was not working out as I had hoped. But at least I got a painting done with the autumn set, two paintings done with the autumn set. So I am pleased with that. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the demonstration that I did. I was just winging it and coming up with something on my own. And I like the portion without the blue in the summery looking painting. And I like the foreground and midground better than those trees in the other painting. But to be honest, I'm tired. And I've been in a lot of pain lately, so I'm not painting at my best. But I have been working on some other things in my other sketchbooks, and I will have those for you for my sketchbook tours coming up pretty soon. But I didn't do any videos on those. I was just enjoying myself, and sometimes it's just so nice to just paint without worrying about a camera, setting up a camera. Am I in frame? Is this being seen? Is it close up enough? Is it too far away? Is it off far away enough? You know, all that stuff. And then the editing, too, is even more of an issue. But I at least got this done. So I have been having a lot of problem with my leg since my fall. I'm walking much better on the fracture. My whole foot went numb. It is still numb. It's been numb since the fall, but it got worse. And I was losing some feeling in my leg, and it got to the point that by the time everyone left and it was time for me to go to bed, I could hardly walk, and I was crying in bed. So I am feeling better today, but I am still hurting. So I'm just not on my A game, if you know what I mean. But I am all set, so remember, you guys, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and most of all, be kind to each other. God bless you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.